Yes, hello and welcome YouTubers and Doctor Who fanatics to another video on TG Productions, and I am doing my Doctor Who CD/Big Finish collection for 2017. Yeah, I was starting to get messages coming in to do a Doctor Who CD/Big Finish collection, and I personally was going to leave it a little bit later for it to grow a little bit more because I've just now got back into Big Finish collecting now. Because if you know me, my main focus is on the Doctor Who books. And I was going to personally leave it until August, but people wanted it, and yeah, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Doctor Who collection video. We'll be first starting with the BBC Doctor Who audios before we get into the gorgeous Big Finish stuff, which is the main part of the video. So without no further ado, let's begin. Yes, as I said, we'll be starting with the Doctor Who BBC audios and then the non-Doctor Who Big Finish audios. Nothing much has changed here besides one release. So we're starting with Lost Episodes documentary and Marco Polo, which is an absolutely fantastic listen in my opinion. The Reign of Terror, The Crusade. I'm one of those people who can't get into the audio or the reconstruction of episode 2 and 4. Episode 1 I think is absolutely brilliant. I think it is quite doubtful, but yeah, I would like a DVD release with animation. Again, I think it's quite doubtful really. The Underrated Galaxy 4, The Mythmakers, the brilliant Mother of All Hartnells, The Daleks Master Plan, of course a classic. The Massacre, with episode 4 being brilliant and one of my most wanted Doctor Who episodes to come back. Celestial Toymaker suffers from not having the visuals really, but I think it's brilliant. The Underrated Savages, The Smugglers, not too good in my opinion, my least favourite Hartnell. 10th Planet, one of the greatest stories of all time of course, Power of the Daleks, recently animated. Yeah, Power is a 10 out of 10, and as I said with the animation, I'll probably give it an 8. Highlanders, The Underwater Menace, Magnificent Moonbase, The Macro Terror, a very atmospheric and claustrophobic listen. It looks very good on audio. In visuals, don't know. The Macro don't look brilliant. The Faceless One's criminally underrated. It's shocking how underrated this one is. Signed by Fraser Hines. Evil the Daleks. Yeah, I almost give that a 10, I do. This one. It's just the ending I find a little bit naff. But yeah, Evil the Daleks again. Brilliant Dalek episode. Not as good as Power though. The Abominable Snowmen. I suffered to get into this one sadly. One of my favourites again, Fury from the Deep. And The Wheel in Space. Only missing the Space Pirates. And some more BBC Doctor Who audios. We have Destiny of the Doctor, not too interested in this range. The only one I've listened to is this one, Hunters of Earth, as a standalone listen. Wasn't really bothered about any of the other ones. But yeah, this one's a good listen really by Nigel Robertson. I thought it was a great story, 8 out of 10. Babelsteel by Jonathan Morris, one of my favourite writers. Smoke and Mirrors by Steve Lyons, very well known for the books. And Death Steel by Darren Jones. And Doctor Who the BBC The Plays, 3 original BBC radio plays called Regeneration, Blue Veils and Golden Sands, and Dalek I Love You. That's for about 2 hours. And a recent edition actually, a novelisation reading of The Edge of Destruction, because I do really want to read the novelisation Edge of Destruction and try something which I haven't done before. It's not only read the Target book, or the hardback which I've got, but also listen to the audio at the same time. The novelisation reading should be very interesting. Because I love Edge of Destruction as a TV story, I think it's underrated. See how the novelisation does, because it apparently expands on it a lot more, which I'm very interested in. And here we have non-Doctor Who Big Finish audios with Blake 7 and Liberty Chronicles Volume 1, and some of my Dark Shadows, which I have listened to a few of these, and brilliant, they are absolutely fantastic. Quite an underrated range in my opinion. House of Despair, Creeping Fog, a lot like a companion chronicle, this one, again brilliant. House by the Sea, yet an hour long story with Colin Baker, and a really good one, with a very good twist as well, at the end. Last Stop, and Dreaming of Water. And this here, I really gotta get the other ones, I said this before, but this is just perfect. This is a perfect release, one of my favourite Big Finish listens. I've got to experience it again and push myself to get the other ones, but it's a 10 this release. Today with the Doctor Who BBC audios, moving to the Big Finish. Now to the brilliant Big Finish stuff, starting with the monthly range, 1 to 50. As you know, I've got every single one. They're not as rare as they were when they were recently going out of print. You can get most of them for very good prices now. It was just because people were panicking while they were going out of print, and some of them went ridiculous prices. Like one of them, the notorious Storm Morning in 2014, it was just madness, it was. With Doctor Who, The Sirens of Time, because of course Big Finish started with Benny Snowfield. Phantasmagoria, which I think is okay. Good listen, it's alright, has its moments. Feels a lot like a Jago and Liefeld story, that one a little bit. Whispers of Terror, rather boring, bland Land of the Dead. Nah, I don't like that one of my least favourites. The Fearmonger, very good political story, a lot like a Third Doctor story, that one. Marion Conspiracy. The Genocide Machine, which I think is a pretty good story. Red Dawn. Spectre of Lanyon Moor. Winter the Adept, one of the most disappointing Big Finish audios I ever listened to. What a shame. Episode 2 I enjoyed, the rest of it, oh. Shame. The Apocalypse Element, a real classic in my opinion, and my favourite out of the Dalek Empire series in the monthly range. Fires of Vulcan, Shadow of the Scourge, a lot like a Virgin New Adventure. Holy Terror by the magnificent Robert Sherman, featuring Frobisher, Newton Phase. Storm Morning, yeah, pretty good 8th Doctor story, of course there's a lot better ones out there. And yet I have witnessed, as I said, during 2014, the rarity on this was just absolutely madness. Even surpassing Target hardbacks. It was seriously insane. I'll show you an example right now. Yeah, the reason why I just picked up so much rarity is because people were panicking when it was out of print. It was the first 8th Doctor story on audio and just built up a huge rarity. But now it's gone right back down as you can get it for like 10 quid now. Yeah, it just had a massive rarity boost, it did. And I got it during that time I did for £5, so that was a really good price. Sword of Orion, Stones of Venice, Newton Hell, Lugaroo, Dust Breeding. Yeah, I would say I like it, but the second half it just goes a little bit over the top, it does. Blood Tide, nice story by Jonathan Morris, and of course one of the greatest Big Finish stories for me, Project Twilight. Eye the Scorpion, my first Big Finish audio I ever picked up and the first one I ever listened to actually. Colditz, Primeval, seriously underrated. One Doctor, listened to that one at Christmas time, brilliant time to listen to that one. Invaders from Mars, of course the magnificent Chimes of Midnight, always got to experience that one near Christmas or Halloween. Scenes of Fear, signed by Paul Corner, actually signed by both the writers. Embrace the Darkness. Time with the Daleks, the last in the Dalek Empire series, the monthly range. Neverland, Spare Parts, Genesis of the Cybermen, that one. Ish. I gotta listen to this one again because I don't think I fully got the idea of this one. And from what I can remember, quite a complex plot. The Terrible Rapture, I don't like that one at all. Sandman, this is underrated. Probably my favourite story by Simon A. Forward, even though I'm not a big fan of his stuff sometimes, like One You Will See Soon and Drift. I stopped reading it, really. Church of the Crown, signed by Mark Wright and Carolyn Morris, who played Ehrman. Bam Bam Boom, one of my guilty pleasures, this one. It's like a murder mystery on a space station. Jubilee, again one of my more earlier Big Finish listens. Dark Flame, Doctor Who and the Pirates, signed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I've got to get the light off it. the director and I think all these other people are cast members. You have 5 signatures, all non-dedicated as well, so that's pretty good. Creatures of Beauty. Project Lazarus, sequel to Project Twilight, of course, connected to the Forge arc. Experimental Flip-Flop. Omega, Villains Trilogy. Davros, oh, just a Mangaverse story. Same thing to be said with Master. In the rather mad, crazy story of Zagreus. And again, one which is definitely mad with ideas and originality. Scherzo. Again, I don't think it would be everyone's cup of tea, but I love the ideas with that. Judy the Crowman. Yeah, just not say anything about that one. Natural History of Fear. Twilight Kingdom. The Harvest. I only listened to this one once. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I'll give it a second shot. Roof of the World. Faith Stealer. A recent edition, The Last, which I got in a bundle. The Juggernauts. Brilliant 9 out of 10 story. The Game. Dreamtime by Simon A. Forward. Had some really good ideas, and I love part 1, but it just fell on his face after that. Catch 1782. One of my personal favourite. I don't know why, but I like it. It's something different. Freeze the Crowd. Thickening Water, the sequel to Arrangements for War. Live 34, with a very experimental format. Scaredy Cat, I quite like that one. Other Lives. Night Thoughts. Time Works by Steve Lyons. Excellent. Now to the second row. Something Inside. I attempted this one, but when I was listening to it, I thought there was something wrong with the disc. It felt like all the scenes were shuffled. I don't know, it was ages ago, around about 2014 or 2015, can't really remember, but I'll give it another go. The Nowhere Place, which I think is brilliant, fantastic. I believe Nicholas Briggs said there was like a plot hole about this story, in this story, but I'm not too sure what that is, so I'm quite curious about that. Red, dark story. The Reaping, connected to the Cyberman trilogy. And then we have the Gathering. Memory Lane, very good cover. No Man's Land. Year of the Pig, I enjoyed this one. I thought it was a very good story. A lot of people would say no to that. Circular Time. Nocturne, probably my least favourite 7th Doctor story from Big Finish. Exotron, I quite like that one. Valhalla, featuring Michelle Gomez. That one. 100 is a short trip release or an anthology release. The Death Collectors, which I think is a very good story, very underrated. Kingdom of Silver. 45, anthology release. The Magic Mousetrap, which, yeah, I would say it starts off the black and white TARDIS arc. Enemy of the Daleks. The Angels Skitarii. Company of Friends. Patient Zero. Apparently connected to quite a big arc, but I listened to this one standalone, and I know that it's like one little thing going on, but yeah, you can still listen to this one with no problem if you're not following that arc. Castle of Fear by Alan Barnes, and we have a trilogy by City of Spies. So let's do the first half of this one. Absolutely brilliant, really enjoyable. Wreck of the Titan and Legend of the Cybermen. It feels like this has some elements here. It feels like it will link to all 3 of them, like paradoxical elements and things like that. So I'm interested, and the first half of City of Spies I enjoyed a lot. Project Destiny. Demons of Red Lodge and Other Stories, anthology release. Crimes of Thomas Brewster by Jonathan Morris, pretty good story. Beast of Axos, again pretty good. Industrial Revolution. Here's a Sontar. I actually listened to this one. I thought it was okay. Not bad. A Kiss of Death, which I think is pretty good. Pretty good story by Stephen Cole. Silver Turk. Witch from the Well. Army of Death. One of my personal favourites, The Curse of Davros. Burning Prince, recent release, and then Archon Pulse by Rick. Connected to a trilogy. I'm missing the Shadow Heart. Lady Messiah, again a recent release I got from a bundle, same thing with this one. Prisoners of Fate by the magnificent by Jonathan Morris. Apparently a very bleak story, this one, so that one interests me a lot. Scavenger, Moonflesh, don't waste your time with that one. Revenge of the Swarm, with the Hector trilogy now, Mask of Tragedy, and Signed on Wonders. I always say to myself, what's this trilogy actually needed? A Hector trilogy. Because it feels like it just sums it up fine with Gods and Monsters, and that would have been the end of it. Whereas Assassin, Masters of Earth, Rani Elite, Mistfall, underrated. Equilibrium, listened to this one only once, but I found it very enjoyable. And yeah, everyone was worried about this release. But when it came out, a lot of people loved it. And my favourite from the trilogy, The Entropy Plague, are the Locum Doctors trilogy with the Defectors, Last of the Cybermen, and The Secret History. And one of my favourites of all time here, we have the Daleks. Again, I recommend that to anyone. The Warehouse, this one changed my opinions a lot. First time I listened to it, I thought it was not that good. Second time, I think it's absolutely marvellous. A very creepy story it is. I don't know why I didn't get that feeling when I first listened to it. Anyway, Crisscross, Planet of the Rani, Waters of Amsterdam, Aquitaine, that's a magnificent one. Peterloo Massacre, this one was just really well appreciated when it came out. And You Will Obey Me, missing a couple from the 2016 monthly range because some of them didn't interest me. Order of the Daleks, which is magnificent, Absolute Power, and Quicksilver. And we have Starman. I'm going to review all of these, I just haven't had time when I was doing university. The Contingency Club, and Zaltis. I'm probably going to review them all in one video, probably. And we have Alien Heart and Dalek Soul, Vortex Ice and Cortex Fire, and a recent pickup, Shadow Planet and World Apart from my subscription to the monthly range. Yeah, I don't have Subterranea, or I'm still waiting for the first Doctor box set to arrive, but that's going to be quite a while, that is. Yep, now moving to next row. Yeah, I'll just show you my limited edition box sets with the 10th Doctor Adventures gone out of print, limited to 5,000 copies. And yeah, someone actually purchased that on eBay for £100, just looking at the sold listings, and it's only recently gone out of print. The Worlds of Doctor Who, featuring those stories. Then there's some novel adaptations. They stopped doing these because apparently they didn't sell well. Volume 1, Romance of Crime and English Way of Death, with Damaged Goods and The Well-Mannered War. And then finally, 6th Doctor Last Adventure, featuring the end of the line, The Red House, Stage Fright, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Brink of Death. Yeah, now we're by the third row. These are the early adventure releases, with Doing the Void by Andrew Smith, which is a magnificent one. The Doctor's Tale, The Bounty of Sirius, and An Ordinary Life. Yeah, season 2 is even better with 2 releases really standing out. With this one, The Yes Man. Yeah, again being one of my favourite Big Finish stories of all time. Same thing could be said with The Forsaken actually, but not The Black Hole. I've only listened to part 1 and 2, but never listened to the second half. And then we have The Sontarans, which is again brilliant. This one's from season 3. I missed Age of Endurance. I'm trying to think of the names. The Fifth Traveller and I can't remember the third one. Southern Conspiracy, I can't remember. But yeah, I missed those ones out. And the Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 1. Yeah, don't have Volume 2, but I'll get that one eventually because Volume 3 will be coming out in August. I should give the books a bloody break and then build up some big finishes and fill in the gaps. Now to the 4th Doctor Adventures, Season 1 of Destination Nerva. I think I like that one because I enjoy Ark in Space and Revenge of the Cybermen. They're like childhood stories to me, they are. So, again, it's not brilliant, but I like it. The Renaissance Man, I don't think it works as an audio, really. I'm not a big fan of that one. Wrath of the Sinai, big fan of that one. Energy of the Daleks. And the 2-parter Trial of the White Worm and the Aside Adventure. Season 2, The Antimatter. The Brilliant Underrated Science of Life. War Against the Law, that's a 2-parter connected to another 2 stories. The character of Cuthbert in the final phase on the Dalek contract. Then we have Justice of Jouxer, Phantoms of the Deep, and then the Dalek contract in the final phase. Season 3 with the King of Sontar, one of my favourite 4th Doctor adventures. White Ghosts, the Crooked Man, one of the more bizarre 4th Doctor adventures. Evil One, which is pretty good. Last of the Colophon, which I enjoyed. Same thing with Destroy the Infinite. Not so much with the Abandoned, and the same thing with Zygon Hunt. Actually, I'm gonna move this and put it right here. Looks a bit better like that. Because I was putting them in release order, I was. Anyway, were we? Yeah, we're by season 4 with the Exelons, which was alright. Darkness of Glass, brilliant story. Same thing with Reckon with the Rocket Man. Deathmatch. Suburban Hell. God, I wasn't looking forward to this one when it came out. Cloisters of Terror. Fate of Kralos and Return to Talos. Season 5, missing a few. Wave of Destruction, The Land for a Buddha Castle, Paradox Planet, and The Legacy of Death. All brilliant stories. It was very consistent, it was. Though, I think The Pursuit of History and Casualties of Time, I was put off by them. And then Season 6, Beast of Kravanos, Eternal Battle, I have to review that one someday. Silent Scream, and Death Rast still in its wrapping, but I have listened to that one on download. And here we have the Philip Hinchcliffe Presents box set with The Ghost of Grousehead and The Devil's Armada, fantastic box set. And the 5th Doctor box set, featuring Psychodrome, which is like Castrovalva done good, and Iterations of I. And a few 8th Doctor adventures. I don't have a lot of these. It's been like this, a collection for ages. I've got to get more. Blood of the Daleks Part 1, Blood of the Daleks Part 2, fantastic stories. Wolfgang Rock, Immortal Beloved, Phobos, Orbis, Hot House, and Prisoner of the Sun. I've listened to all the ones in Season 1, which I have. And I only really like Blood of the Daleks. The other ones I didn't really like, so I've probably been put off the range a little bit. Anyway, next row, we have the complete Dark Eyes series and the complete Doom Coalition series with Dark Eyes 1, which is the stories featured in the box set, fantastic box set. Dark Eyes 2, brilliant box set. The pretty underwhelming Dark Eyes 3, not bad. And I personally like this one a lot more than some people do. And there's the stories with Master of the Daleks probably being my favourite from the entire Dark Eyes series. Tough core, but it probably is. They're doing Coalition 1. Brilliant first half, not so much second half. Doom Coalition 2, it's like it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Really average, 5 out of 10. And Doom Coalition 3 and Doom Coalition 4 I haven't listened to. Haven't got round to them. And then Classic Doctor's New Monsters, which Fallen Angels featuring the 5th Doctor was my favourite. And then Only the Monstrous War Doctor box set. I've only got number 1. I don't know, I just didn't get the other ones. It's probably because I was distracted by the books, that's probably the answer. And then into Lost Stories we have The Nightmare Fair, Mission to Magnus, Leviathan, Point of Entry, very nice. Big 4th Doctor box set featuring Throw from the Future and Valley of Death. The Magnificent Elite, which I cannot recommend that one enough. Guardians of Prophecy, again one of my favourites. Power Play, the first Sontarans, Masters of Luxor, Rose Mariners, Dark Planet, which I enjoyed. Yeah, I found this story very ambitious. Same thing with Web Planet. It was a bit of a difficult choice between the two, but the team preferred the Web Planet, that's why they did it. Queen of Time, Wars of the Red Planet, and the magnificent, truly brilliant The Mega, which I do actually rate a 10 out of 10. Yeah, it seriously is good. And to the Companion Chronicles now. I have a few up here. Frostfire, which I enjoyed. Fear of the Daleks. The Bluetooth. Pelican Prime. On to the next row. Here there be Monsters by Andy Lane. The Doll of Death featuring dogs with no eyes and Poe beating the shit out of them. Home Truths, magnificent, one of the best ones. Darkening Eye featuring Death Collectors, or the Dart Traders I believe they're called, I can't remember. Been a while. The Magician's Oath, The Mahogany Murderers, which is the pilot to the Jacob and Lightfoot series. Drowned World, second from the Sarah Kingdom trilogy. The Suffering, and the last one for the Sarah Kingdom trilogy, Guardians of the Solar System. Echoes of Grey from that Zoe arc in the Companion Chronicles featuring Echoes of Grey, The Unserenity Principle, Memory Cheats, and Second Chances. Find and Replace. Quinnis, really good story. One of my favourite Companion Chronicles, and one of my favourite Big Finish stories actually, Perpetual Bond. Cold Equation, second in the Oliver Harper trilogy. The Rocket Man, again one of my favourites. Again one of my favourites, The Nanny Deaths of Joe Grant. And again one of my favourites, The First Wave. The Anachronauts, Simon Guerrier, Binary. The Wanderer, I really like that one. Jigsaw War, again really like it. Time Museum, again really like it. Last Post, gonna listen to this one someday. Return of the Rocket Men. I think I prefer the sequel to the original actually. Flames of Cadiz, Library of Alexandria, that was pretty good. The Alchemists, not too bad. Upstairs, perfect 10 out of 10 for part 1. Second half it loses it, sadly. Beginning, nothing exciting that one. Sleeping City, again the same thing. Same thing with Starborn as well. The War to End All Wars, part of the Stephen trilogy. The last one, well, actually not the last one, but until they rebooted and they restarted the format of the Companion Chronicles, Second Chances. And the First Doctor Volume 1 set, it was an underrated set, people didn't focus on getting this one. There was a release which overshadowed it. And the Second Doctor Volume 1. And yeah, I'm waiting for the First Doctor Volume 2, because I forgot to pre-order it. Get to novel adaptations, Love and War, Higher Science, Theatre of War, All-Consuming Fire, and Nightshade. Into some special releases with the Maltese Penguin, featuring Frobisher, 4 Doctors. Yeah, I wouldn't go crazy on this release because it's not that good. Don't spend like 50 quid on it on like eBay or something stupid like that. Trial of the Valiant. And that's the end of the bonus releases. Now to the spin-off releases now. Starting with Vinnie Summerfield with The Greatest Shop in the Galaxy, which I really liked. Same thing with the Bellatron Incident. The Draconian Rage. Poison Seas, featuring the Sea Devils. And Death and the Daleks for the big release. And then we have New Adventures Volume 1 featuring Vinnie Summerfield, there are the stories. And Volume 2 featuring Sutekh, the Triumph of Sutekh, and then the stories. And then to the Cyberman series we have Scorpius, and then the very rare outer print box set with Cyberman 2. Yeah, right by here we have standalone Gallifrey release, Intervention Earth, and then the I Davros series with Innocence, Purity, Corruption, and Guilt. Magnificent series it is. It's only £16 on the Big Finish website. There's no excuse, just pick it up. And then to the final row. Yeah, to finish it off, we got the gorgeous Jacob and Lightfoot releases. And yes, soon, because I am missing 2 box sets, or 2 seasons with Series 11, and only have Series 9. When I get those 2 box sets and listen to every single story, I'll be doing a top 10 Jacob and Lightfoot stories and an overview of the entire season. Rating and ranking all the box sets. Series 1 of Jacob and Lightfoot, signed by Lisa Bowerman, this one. Love and War was as well. But yeah, again, magnificent box set. Series 2, you know my thoughts on this one. Brilliant. All the seasons are brilliant, really. But I won't really spoil some of my opinions on some of them. Just, I'll leave it to the overview. Jacob and Lightfoot Series 3. These ones are very traditional, feel like J1 Life stories. These two here take more like futuristic, paradoxical turns in their storytelling. So yeah, Series 3, Series 4, and to bridge the gap to Series 5, we have the Voyage stories with Voyage to Venus and Voyage to the New World. A very psychedelic looking Series 5. Series 6. Series 7, which I have listened to. It was one of my more anticipated series, sorry. Yeah, that one was one of my more anticipated series. Series 8, I've listened to Encode the Scorchies, that's about it. Series 10, again I'm missing Series 9. Series 12, and the recent one, Series 13. And of course, on the end, Jago and Lightfoot and Strax, The Haunting. I actually forgot to showcase a release. Light at the End, signed by Paul McGann. Yeah, it wasn't on my shelf, it wasn't, so I forgot about it. Anyway, so Jane series now with Comeback, Teo Connection, Test of Nerve, Ghost Town, Mirror Signal Maneuver, Buried Secrets, Snowblind, Fatal Consequences, Dreamland, and finally a unit box set in the fourth one. Finally jumped into this season, this range I have, unit assembled. And yet, that's everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my Doctor Who CD/Big Finish collection. Again, people were starting to request it, so it was time to do it. Even though I was going to personally wait until August, I was getting quite a few messages, so yeah, I'll do it. A lot of messages were coming through. But yeah, we do have another Big Finish video coming soon, which is my top 10 Big Finish stories. I know some people have been looking forward to that one, so that'll be coming soon. So yeah, I hope you enjoy those videos when they come out. So thanks for watching, and of course, have a good one.